I'm ranking every boss in God of War 3, starting with Leviathan. Jesus Christ, are you okay? He's off to a bad start. Are you scared of horses? Yeah, me neither, but this one's made out of water. No! Leviathan is the intro boss, so he's not supposed to be super complicated. The ceiling climb tutorial mid-fight is disgusting, and making me fight a boss while climbing means you can't go higher than B tier. You get back on the ground, and this thing is so big, and you have to spend a lot of time rolling away from him because he's kind of an asshole, and when he winds up, you gotta jump over that one. Shout out Icarus. In terms of coolness, I'll give this thing a 4. You boot up God of War 3 hoping to fight some gods, and then boom, Seahorse. Gameplay-wise, I'd say it's a solid 5. Aquatic Stallion is going in the C tier. Second boss, Poseidon. This guy is like your weird uncle, but if he was water. No! Already way cooler than the horse. Alright, that's the last time I'm showing the horse. Poseidon starts 100 miles away from Kratos and uses lightning for some reason. This part is all about hitting claws and dodging lightning, but it's also about fighting the camera when it decides there's something cooler to look at than Kratos. Once Gaia body slams Mermaid Man, it's time to get hits in on his chest while trying not to get bitch slapped. I'm pretty bad at that part. Wow, that's gonna leave a mark. Maybe even some brain damage. That's the last time, for real. There's one more phase where you repeat this part from earlier and then you go in for the kill. Gameplay is an 8.5 out of 10. It's an absolute 10 in terms of coolness though. This fight is incredible to look at. Poseidon looks dope, just hanging out all the way back there. Can you see him? He's there, I promise. And everything after Kratos grabs him is peak cinema. Ouch. I'm putting the ruler of Atlantis in S tier. Third boss, Hades. We're going straight from Poseidon to Hades? Aren't they like the strongest ones? I mean, look at my health bar. I haven't even found 300 Cerberus balls yet. First phase is pretty easy. He just rants at you while Kratos farms aura. If you get bored, just do combos. Hades is the kind of boss fight I can wrap my head around in just a few attempts. He's got a pretty wide range of moves, but he choreographs all of them with a 2-second windup. Like, if you get hit by these chains, it's time to put the controller down and head to bed, Grandpa. Or this ceiling drop where I had enough time to read classic literature before he fell. Also, you can just block his main attack if you're a real one. And I mean, look at me. I'm a real one. What's the funniest thing I've ever seen in God of War? Thanks for asking. It's probably when you chop off part of Hades' chest and then he uses the Force to make it dance. Yeah, I'd say that's the funniest part. You repeat this a few times until they engage in a tug of war, God edition. If you're wondering who wins, it's not Hades. Just when you think he's finally dead, he jump scares you with an Attack on Titan cosplay. This is the easiest phase. You just slap his tummy till he acts up and then grapple away. Gameplay-wise, this fight is banging, dude. 10 out of 10. Hades is the get good check on chaos mode. Nothing feels unfair in this fight. You might have been able to slip past brain damage horse and maybe even brain damage Poseidon. But if you want to see brain damage Hades, you gotta earn that shit. Coolness factor? That's a 10 out of 10, brother, of course. Fighting the god of the underworld, beating his ass, taking his weapons, and stealing his soul? Oh my god, that's so fucking cool. Are you kidding me, dude? It's not even a question. Hades is S tier. Fourth boss, Helios. My favorite thing about Helios, god of the sun, is that he's always down to take one for the team. A huge, embarrassing L for no reason. The gods are weak, and your rule is pathetic. Now you might be thinking, Luke, is this really a boss fight? And the answer might surprise you. No, it's not. Despite having the power of the sun itself, Helios can be completely countered with this move. It's just like this. I'm stronger than the sun. Anyways, I like to think of the Helios encounter like a cautionary tale for people with necks. Be nice to Kratos, or you're gonna wish you had been right about here. Yeah, this is the face of a man who should have been nicer. It's not really a boss fight, but fuck it, I make the rules around here. B tier. Fifth boss, oh my god, it's Hermes. Man, a couple weeks ago I made a whole video about how stupid Hermes is. The Hermes encounter is barely 10 minutes long, Hermes is barely a god, and I'm barely awake right now. For the first like 8 minutes, you could remove Hermes entirely and it would feel like any other platforming section in the game. Add him back in and you get to hear stupid shit like this. Lazy mortal! Once you get to the actual fight, you can kind of just do whatever you want. His main attack is running in random directions and accidentally bumping into you. I'm pretty sure the dropkick attack is coded to always fail. You can press whatever you want because he's He just sucks. Gameplay for this guy is a straight 1. Coolness factor is like a 3, but only because of the scene where Kratos becomes the god of boulders. Also, the god of give me your fucking legs. This one is F tier, man. Yeah, this was disappointing. 6th boss, Hercules. Hercules' father is Zeus, and his mother is a silverback gorilla. He's also a coward who brings 20 guys to the 1v1 and then acts like he's soloed. Luckily, Kratos' body is a machine that turns people into ballistic missiles. This fight is weird because Hercules is the easiest part of it. There's nothing like getting dogpiled by 100 of God's ugliest mistakes before getting superglued to a wall covered in doo-doo. Something about these guys throws me off though, for real, and I get Herc smashed every time. Weirdly enough, this is the hardest part of the fight. Once you bear hug him into the doo-doo and kick his entire face, ouch. It gets kind of boring. In his second phase, he gains the ability to cry and punch the ground. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not the ground, and that shit doesn't have a health bar. Taking the Nemean cestus from him while he's still alive is disrespectful, and I like that. Without the gloves, he's surprisingly limber. Probably that gorilla DNA in him. Okay. Gameplay, solid 7. You know, I like throwing hands with Greek legends who should know better. Coolness factor is a 5. The cestus is really bringing up the score here, though, because otherwise it's just your drunk stepmom clapping like a seal while you pummel your half-brother. Very Alabama coded, you know what I mean? Sorry, Alabama. Anyways, I'm putting Hercules in the B tier. 7th boss, Kratos. Kratos is notoriously a cool guy and a good father who only ate as many of his kids as he could find. I like the scale of this fight. Watching Kratos cut a single pixel on this man's finger is so funny that even Kratos laughs. All of the enemies are freaky little bone monsters, and this one pulls a prison break on his shoulder. What the fuck is happening? Did they live inside you? Are you just 3,000 skeleton guys in a trench coat?
Surprise, motherfucker!
Using Kratos as a platforming boss is pretty cool, and punching a crystal through his grandpa's jaw is peak Kratos behavior. Of course, they had to include a section where you're wall hanging, and the controls make you want to slam your head into an actual wall, but I think it's just a reference to my favorite horse. Yeah, I lied earlier. I'm never gonna stop with the brain damage horse. Gameplay is an 8 out of 10. Coolness factor is a straight up 10. He's going in the A tier. What the fuck? Is his forehead getting bigger? 8th boss, Hephaestus. Every time I step into this goddamn forge, I am one head turn away from seeing this man's balls. Do you think I want that for me? I don't even want the weapon he's gonna give us. Yeah, that's right. I hate the Nemesis whip, and I hate the guy who made it even more. That was your fault, buddy. Is he a boss? I mean, not really, but listen to this. Bro, why does he sound like that? I'm gonna put him in tier. 9th boss, Hera. Honestly, the wine did 99% of the damage and I one-shot her. Please go to AA tier. 10th boss, Scorpion. Holy shit, this guy. I'm not lying when I say this is the most infuriating boss fight in God of War 3. First off, it's the only fight in the game that requires a weapon other than the blades to actually do the fight. I like the cestus. It's my favorite alternate weapon, but let's be real. The dodge is whack and its range is basically 0, meaning you have to walk in real close and fight the camera as the second boss. The Scorpion never stops spawning ads, and they are so goddamn annoying. They've got a little bit too much health, and the cestus is terrible at AoE, so you have to focus each one of them. And if you ever do manage to knock the Scorpion over, there's 800 of the ads waiting off screen to fuck your shit. Also, you have to do this L1 R1 minigame every time you restart, which is just... oh, it gets to you, man. It's like psychological Scorpion warfare. I should probably go outside, huh? Once you knock him over and manage to pull out a single tooth, he leaves, thank Christ. But don't get too excited, because now there's 40 scorpions to fight, and holy shit, he's already back. Okay, good. I guess I'll just die then. Oh boy, did I miss this. I've only got 6 words for you, buddy. Scorpion boss, poorly programmed, boring cheater. Brother, I hated this fight. I'm talking straight up 2 in terms of gameplay. And it doesn't even get points for being cool, because it's not like you're fighting Beefacus, god of infinite muscles. This boss is called Scorpius. It's just a scorpion. This thing is F tier. My god. Final boss, Zeus. The Zeus fight is split into 3 phases. 2D fighting game, 3D fighting game, 10 Zeuses punching you at the same time. I'm just gonna say it, man. Every part of this fight is amazing. It's surprisingly easy, or at least easier than the non-bosses that come before it. His phase 1 and phase 2 have literally the same attack patterns, and you can force certain moves by making him bounce. Phase 3 is the hardest because, you know, there's 10 of him. But if you can't 10v1 the King of the Gods by this point, I'm condemning your ass to Weenie Hut Juniors. Am I right, gamers? Fucking shut up. I'm sorry, man. I'm just playing around. It's a hard fight. Gameplay is a 10. It's hard enough to test you, but not so hard that you get mad thinking about it. Coolness is also a 10. It's the most visceral 1v1 of the game, and watching Kratos beat the hell out of him is absolutely peak. Easiest placement on the list, Zeus is S tier. Well, that's my ranking of all the bosses in God of War 3. Please let me know in the comments exactly how stupid I am.